Hello everybody, it's Vinyl Rich here. Gonna make a video. Vinyl Tag 2020 Special Edition. I was double dog dared to do this one. I have no choice. I have the questions written down here, but I don't really think I need them because I know what the questions are by looking at those records. I'm gonna do 14 or so questions from the first vinyl tag, and then I'm going to do some from the one that everybody's calling the original vinyl tag, the fake news vinyl tag. And it's probably going to be a little more than 20 questions, but whatever. You know, this is the special edition. And I'm going to start it off with the sexiest. This is the 7-inch version. This is the sexiest cover. And this is the Cars. It's All I Can Do. The scariest cover, Negative Approach. This was VCLT from Randall Weaver, the best VCLT ever in the history of the VC. The next one is a cool center label. I noticed the original one, they copied this question, didn't they? This is a very cool center label. Picture of Elvis. A lot of punk singles had unique center labels. I'm going to also show Public Image. I think their design, I think that was a pretty unique graphic design. Okay, the next question is a record I don't like, but I think Bobby Gass will. And that's David Lee Roth with California Girls. I think it's a pretty weak version. The next question is soundtrack or comp. And I have this Girls in the Garage 7-inch. Keep covering my face. With 6 songs on it. 6 different bands. I have another one here also. Unsafe at Any Speed, a hardcore punk comp from Boston. Just like the other one, you got to play this one at 33 1/3. This is great. And also, pretty cool center label there. And my last comp I'm going to show is Maximum Rock and Roll, Turn It Around. This is the Gilliam Street Project double 7-inch comp. Just great. A lot of great bands on that. Next question is, show a cover with someone in a diaper, a loincloth, or underwear. Well, I got this 7-inch of the Dwarves. A couple of dudes are in their underwear. And I also got this 7-inch of Sick and Wrong, where the 2 female singers are in their underwear. The next question is, show a record that is signed, and this is signed by the Secret Sisters, Big River. The next question was, show a record with a felon on it. And this one here, it's got Heinrich, what's his name? Heinrich, he was a serial killer. Band, the Serial Killers. But if that's not good enough for you, here's G.G. Allen. He's a convicted felon. Next one is show a record that you like that Bobby Gass won't. I think this probably would fit the bill, but I chose this one here. Crucifix, 1984. Really fast, brutal, hardcore. From Berkeley, I believe. Next one is show a 7-inch that makes you laugh. And this was VCLT. From the Beatle dude. Oh my God. The Piranhas. I Don't Want My Body. And another one that makes me laugh is the Screamin' Blue Messiahs. I Want to Be a Flintstone. This is a great song. I've heard that the whole album is really good. James Griffiths. I had a brain fart there. Yeah, that's what happens when you turn 64. It is my birthday today, 64. Show a record 7-inch that you bought because of a VC member. I'm showing the Red Squares On Slope Records, it's a label out of Phoenix, Arizona. And the Hogzilla Report is the one that turned me on to this. Another 7-inch from Slope Records is Insurrection. And these are like gatefold 7 inches. And this one here, the last one, is Freaks of Nature on Slope Records, thanks to the Hogzilla Report. Another one, show a record with some nudity on it. I got No FX here with President Reagan grabbing Margaret Thatcher's ass. Next one is show a record with a cowboy on it. I got this Minutemen 7-inch with these Chinese guys filming a cowboy movie. And it's got this Chinese guy on a box grabbing this white gal's breast. Cowboys. Next question. Show a record with a motorcycle on it. Motorcycle Boy. Really sleaze rock. Really great band from the 80s. And that was all of the questions from the first VC. Now I'm going to do one from Andy's Tales from the Crate. Now, you know, I was kidding around about, oh, people are calling it the original. In all fairness to Tales from the Crate, Andrew, he never labeled it that, you know. It was people that were making the videos. But anyways, I got a few questions from that one. Show a homage. And this is Mark Arm, and this is an homage to Bob Dylan. The Free Willin' Mark Arm. And I'm going to show one more. This is Big Black, an homage to Cheap Trick. And on the back side, an homage to Kraftwerk. The next one is show a complete discography of a band. And I believe this is their complete discography. It's all on 7-inch. They didn't release an album. They did release a CD compiling, you know, all this stuff. And it's the Satan's Cheerleaders. This is their first single. What's his name? Tiger Beat played drums in this band. He was crippled, handicapped, I guess you say nowadays. And they had to tape the drumsticks onto his hands because he couldn't hold the hands because he's handicapped, and he would play. It's they play kind of surf garage music. Really great band. This is their second single. It's with Vampira. It's Satan's Cheerleaders with Vampira. This Vampira was predated Elvira. She was also in that movie Planet 9. What was it? The movie that's supposed to be the worst movie in history. Here's another one with Vampira and the Satan's Cheerleaders. Genocide Utopia. I don't know, man. Is that sexy? Could that have been my sexiest? For some. For some it could have been the scariest. Their next one is Satan's Cheerleaders, Devil's Drag, 88. Really cool. Hot roddy kind of surf music. And then they changed their name to the Satan Sadist and She's My Witch, which is fantastic. All these are great. And then the Satan Sadist came out with another one, a 2 record. And their last record is Satan's Cheerleaders. And it's got these devil women cheerleaders with their tails and their... Next question is pre-band. Someone that was in a band that later became famous. This is The Graduate. And it contains Kurt and Roland. Here is Roland and up here is Kurt. Went on to Tears for Fears. This is a ska. And I thought I would show one more. Generation X. And it has Billy Idol. Show a funky record. I have a few. None really with picture sleeves. But so I thought I would show this one. George Clinton, Atomic Dog. The next one is show a movie or book. I just looked through my first shelf or so of DVDs. Before I was aware of the VC about 5 years ago, I used to watch a lot of documentaries, a lot of live concert DVDs and stuff. I have a lot. I did that more than I watched network TV. So I'm going to show a few. And the first one, and most obvious, is the Beatles Anthology box DVD. Just fantastic stuff. The next one is the Beatles Ed Sullivan shows. It's got all 4 shows I believe they were on. And it shows the complete shows with the commercials, the other guests, and everything. And I also have the Rolling Stones one. And I believe it's 4 shows. Same thing, all the guests, all the commercials. A couple of documentaries that I highly recommend, if you haven't seen, probably most of you have seen these. It's Searching for Sugarman. It's the documentary about Rodriguez. Just check this out. And another one I highly recommend is, before there was punk, there was a band called Death. Just fantastic. Out of Detroit, I believe. Just check this stuff out. They couldn't get a record deal because of their name. They were told, yeah, we'll sign you, man. Just change your name. And they refused to do it. Now I got 3 punk ones that I also highly recommend. This Ramones documentary is fantastic. Even if you're not a Ramones fan, you will. It's really well made, and it just digs into the band and tells some stuff that I wasn't aware of. And for the hardcore crowd, you got the UKDK documentary. Fantastic stuff. 82, London. Well, not all London, but UKDK. And then you got the American hardcore. Fantastic clips in this. The next question is, show, I was there, or whatever. Well, I was at this concert. Black Flag, the Misfits, and the Vandals. The Santa Monica Civic. What's funny about this concert is it got out kind of early. You walk out the front doors and there was a line of cops just blocking the parking lot where my car was. It's like, I had to walk all the way around the block to get to my car. It's still early, so we went up to Hollywood. We went to the Whiskey, and Missing Persons was playing at the Whiskey. Well, I got kicked out of the Whiskey that night. Only time I've ever been kicked out of there. Guess I was a little pumped up, or a little bit boisterous. A little too much so for the Missing Persons crowd. I knocked over a table. Grabbed me, threw me out. Well, I knew how to sneak into the Whiskey. So I went to the back, went through where the dressing rooms are, and I thought, shit, I'm almost at the end. And I thought, I'll just stay up here. The security guard happened to go up there and saw me. Oh, he was pissed. Anyways, another one where I was there. Circle 1, Devonshire Downs. And the last question is, show a record you bought cheap that's now worth a lot. I'm not sure how much I paid for these, but they are worth quite a bit now. And it's the Cramps first 7-inch with Surfin' Bird and The Way I Walk original, and their second 7-inch, their first 2 releases, and it has Human Fly and Domino. Human Fly was the first example of a Cramps original that just demonstrated what they were. The dual guitar, the surf guitar by Poison Ivy, and then you had that just fuzzed out guitar. Now the last question on the first vinyl tag is a question I avoided. In fact, I didn't write it down. I forgot all about it. BipBopBoom handled it really great. And it's a VC channel you wish would go away. Now, there's a lot of those, but I just unsubscribed. And they're gone, you know. But there is one channel. Guy called me a fucktard. Gray-haired fucktard. He told me, he didn't tell me. I read his comments on other people's videos. He's the one that got, the dude that made that Tales from the Dead Wax, Andy Borders. I think he had something to do with him leaving the VC. Because he was ragging on the comic. He's recently made a comment about me on Bea Sides Vinyl Tag 2020. Saying, I can't remember what he called me, a turd, a loser, I don't know, whatever. I'm not going to say his name, you know, but it rhymes with beaches. Take care, everybody.